Alone time is very important, and we sometimes take that for granted. How many times are we clouded with noise from the world? Social media, your friends, your family, hanging out with friends, the bars, the clubs. You're in the grocery store, they got the music playing. You're trying to focus on your shopping list. You go to school, you got homework to do. You got the professor nagging at you through emails. You go to the airport, it's very loud. If you live in the city, which most of us do, you got the loud factories, loud airplanes, as you can see. We never really get time alone. Silent time alone, I'll say. I'm gonna let this plane pass because it's clearly... Alright guys, the plane barely passed, but what I was saying was, as soon as I started being alone and having some alone time to myself, I started to get clarity. I started to see people who I thought was just the best thing for my life. I started to see that they really weren't. I started to see some friends that I was just so focused on. I started to see that they really weren't my friends. Some family members that I thought I couldn't live without, I'm starting to see that, wow, you're very toxic. A lot of us go by blood, but I go by feeling. That's what you need to go by. How did this person make me feel? It doesn't matter if they're family, if they're blood. How does this person make you feel? When I was alone, I was able to come up with a plan. I was able to sit down and manifest exactly what I wanted to do. I was able to sit down and really realize it's you against you. When we're not alone, we start thinking, oh, I'm competing with this person, with this person, with that person. But when you're alone, you really realize it's really you against you. You see, most of the time we come up with a plan. How many times? 9 times out of 10, we don't go through with that plan. 9 times out of 10, the plan doesn't go accordingly. When you're alone, not only can you come up with a plan, you can come up with a plan to execute. I see a lot of this. A lot of talking in this generation. A lot of people saying what they're gonna do, end up not doing it. A lot of people saying what goals they're gonna have, and when the new year comes, you know, when Happy New Year, this is my goal, this is this. In the first month of that new year, everybody's goals, their plans, it don't go to plan. And then they say, oh, well, I'll start next year. I'll start this, I'll start that. Eliminate your distractions and watch how many goals you accomplish. It's all about your surroundings, who you're surrounding yourself with. Who's distracting you and who's putting you on the right path. A lot of people be like, oh, that's my friend for 10, 15 years. Is that friend for 10 or 15 years elevating you? Are they showing you ways to elevate? Are they trying to get you to elevate? That friend of 10 or 15 years should be the main one telling you what you shouldn't be doing. Change your surroundings to change your reality. That's what you need to live by. If you can take anything away from this video, take that quote. Change your surroundings to change your reality. If you don't change who you hang out with, if you don't change the way you eat, if you don't change the way you think, you are creating a recipe for disaster. How many times do we eat a big meal, a big unhealthy meal, and we feel lazy after? But then if you eat something healthy, you got all the energy to run to the gym. How many times do you think, oh my God, this is gonna be bad for me, and it ends up being bad for you? Or you think negative, and then that negative actually happens, and you say, well, I told you. I thought about it. Why are you thinking negative? Tell yourself in every situation, this is the best thing for me, and from this situation I'll have the best possible outcome, and watch you have the best possible outcome. How many times did you get rid of a friend, a very bad friend, and then your life got better? Or you just started to elevate in ways, if you had them around, it wouldn't have happened. Change your surroundings to change your reality. Another thing I want to say about being alone is, once you find comfort in being alone, that's when you can allow others in your space. Too many times we allow people in our space when we're not even comfortable with ourselves. sit alone, be alone, take yourself out for dinner dates, take yourself out to go shopping, take yourself out to the beach, take yourself out to do activities that you normally would need friends to do. A lot of us think we need friends to do things. Oh, my friend's not gonna go with me, so I'm not gonna go to this party. Oh, my friend canceled, so I'm gonna lay back down. I'm not gonna go to the movies. No, you need to be comfortable with yourself to say, okay, my friend canceled, but I'm still going to the movies. My friend canceled, I'm still going to the beach. My friend canceled, I'm still about to go hang out with X, Y, and Z. You are your best, how do I put this? You are your best company. You are your best company. You know, we gotta live in the moment. Appreciate things in the moment. A lot of us are living exactly what our younger selves were praying for. We don't realize it because we're always trying to manifest the next big thing. We're always trying to get to the next thing. You know, me with my apartment, I got my apartment a couple months ago. And instead of me embracing that, instead of me getting in that apartment and really realizing like, damn, you manifested this, you prayed for this, you sat down and you begged the universe, you begged God to give it to you. Instead of doing that, I got that apartment, I'm like, okay, what's next? And then from there, I got my new car, my Mercedes Benz, the next thing that I was manifesting, the next thing that I was praying God for. I want this car, I want this car, I want this car. And then I got the car last week. And instead of sitting in that car and really letting in the emotions of, wow, I'm actually driving this Mercedes Benz, I was already thinking, okay, what's next? What's next on my manifestation list? Oh, you want a song on the hot iTunes #1 chart. By the way, guys, I'm a musician as well, but aside from that, I was already on to the next thing. And I feel like we have to sit and really just enjoy the manifestations as they roll through and stop trying to go to the next big thing. You often hear a lot of famous people say, you know, they get all this money and they're still not happy. I could attest that that's actually true. I'm not saying that I'm famous and big already, but I got some of the things that I've wanted, and the same thing with the famous people. They got everything they wanted, the mansion, the cars, the money, the girls, and they're still not happy because they were not living in the moment most of the time. Sit and thank God and enjoy what you prayed for instead of running to the next big thing. That's I can't get any more simpler than that. So ask yourself, how are you living in the moment? Put down in the comments, do you need friends to hang out with you in order to go out in public? Do you need friends to be around you all the time? Do you take yourself out on dates? Put down in the comments if you take yourself out on dates by yourself. Put down in the comments if you buy yourself, you know, clothes without needing external validation. You know, a lot of people, we put clothes on and we say, oh, I'm gonna wear this because X, Y, and Z is gonna be at that party and I need to look good. When are you gonna put clothes on for you? Everybody, you know, especially in this generation, is, oh, I gotta wear name brand things. I gotta have this on. I have a certain appearance I need to keep up. When are you gonna wear clothes that you wanna wear instead of what others think you should wear? Instead of what you think you should wear around others? What are you gonna put down in the comments? Some things you're gonna manifest and desire. Anything that you manifest and desire, how are you gonna live in the moment? If you guys hear kids screaming, I'm sitting by a school in the middle of a park, but how are you gonna live in the moment this time? When you get the manifestation that you desire, how are you gonna live in the moment? Are you gonna run to the next big thing on your manifestation list? Or are you gonna take 2 or 3 months to sit there and embrace that manifestation? I'll see you guys in episode 2 of the Book of Eli. As always, no matter if it's 1 view, 5 views, or 10 views, somebody's always watching. Peace.